Hello and welcome to Design or Design. My name is Maria and this channel is all about fashion trends in particular, and we just a group of people who love fashion and love to express it, whatever it may be. First of all, I don't know if I should apologize for this or not. I haven't been here for a full month and a bit. Lots of things have happened. I know all the YouTubers say, oh, life has just caught up to me, but that's exactly what happened. I started a new business. It was my birthday. If you wanted to say happy birthday, you can. And just had absolutely no time to film and edit anything. So here we are. At least I wasn't too late about the fall winter fashion trends, but anyways, we're talking about fashion trends for fall winter 2022-23, and let's get started. In this video, we're going to be talking both about men's and women's trends, as the fashion world kind of getting to the point where it is almost unisex everywhere. I know some people have mentioned that this is a way to save money for brands and to not produce both lines, but do that. I feel like it's both. Maybe they do save money, but still there are so many people that prefer that kind of a style of very androgynous clothing or makeup or hair, and that is totally fine. But anyways, let's get to the trends. Because this is the kind of a cooler season, at least for people in the northern hemisphere, then we have lots of very statement outerwear that we are gonna take a look at right now. We have either so many like faux furs in bright colors, maybe it's a super long fur, like we have a few of those in Yves Saint Laurent. We also have just really bright colors in Dolce & Gabbana and a few other shows. Michael Kors is also having some bright versions of those kind of a faux fur coats. We also have some funky ones in Rick Owens as well as in Diesel. Not quite like fur, but still very interesting, very statement. We have Prada having very statement of faux fur, I believe. Sometimes it was even feathers on the sleeve. We also have just really bright colors on the runways in Prada as well as Versace and a few more shows. We also have kind of a floral print in some of them, which is kind of a statement as well. It's not very often that you would see a floral print coat of some sort, especially on men. And that's exactly what we see in Gucci and a few more shows. Another trend that I have noticed was a robe coat. So that's a coat like without buttons that looks and acts like a bathrobe. So it only has a belt to tie it up with, and that is how it closes. It is one of the more like classic coats as well. So if you're thinking of buying one, I feel like this type of a coat will last you a very long time just because it looks very classical and it looks pretty good as well. We have plenty of shows with this type of coat like Max Mara, Yves Saint Laurent, Jill Sanders, Lanvin, Louis Vuitton, Michael Kors, Acne Studios. So lots and lots of robe-like coats like this. Another trendy jacket that I have seen that has kind of came from men's trends, because men's fashion trends had a lot of bomber jackets on the runways a few seasons now in a row. So we see this coming into women's wear as well. And if you haven't noticed, I'm combining both men's and women's trends into this video just because guys also want to know what's fashion. We have different bomber jackets, more like a sporty ones, like a varsity jacket, a letterman's jacket, and more of the oversized jackets as well. Versace had an interesting different take on it. Loewe kind of having really puffy one. Plenty of them. Off-white, once again, here we go, have some letterman jackets. So if you have a letterman jacket from maybe like your boyfriend way back, take it out, wear it. It's pretty cool. I feel like it's one of those very classical shapes that really won't go completely out of style. Next trend that we're going to be talking about is a kind of a rider, a horseback rider style. Very equestrian, I can't say that word, of very, very rich people who can afford a horse, yet along a car. We see this maybe in helmets of that style from Off-White. We also see lots of boots like gum boots or maybe rider boots in Gucci and plenty more other shows, and just that full style. Moving on to the preppy style, which I feel is very closely related to the rider style, where we have very kind of going to school preppy looks, maybe sometimes meeting Y2K trends like in Miu Miu, having super tiny mini skirts paired with kind of that preppy look, and we maybe having polo shirts, maybe having like a Peter Pan color. We also have button-up shirts, cute blazers, and lots of schoolgirl skirts. Maybe even having a tie in there as well. Lots and lots of shows having that. As I mentioned, we have it in Miu Miu, Off-White, Prada, Rock, as well as Gucci, and of course Chanel. We also see a lot of deconstructed items on the runways, and in different versions, like some having like a mini skirt out of pockets, or maybe a blazer but no sleeves. Lots of like that in Acne Studios, of jackets being made out of like a few jackets, or a dress being made of like recycled denim. We also see this in Rock, of having like different blazers attached together. And yeah, okay, moving on to catsuits. Something that isn't really, like, I would say practical, but if you're going and trying to find something for that special occasion and don't want to wear a dress, then I think catsuit is a pretty good alternative. Although it's pretty hard to pee in, it's a look. It's definitely something that makes a statement. And we have plenty of those, either super skin tight, like in Moschino, Hermes, and Chanel, like a second skin kind of a thing, or maybe like in Valentino, having more voluminous pants combo. Dior has somewhat of a futuristic look with that. Lanvin, I think that's the right way of saying it. Stella McCartney, and so many of those kind of a jumpsuit, onesie. Anyways, I feel like they're super easy to style, but the only downside is hard to pee in. Anyways, moving on. We have some slick sportswear, something sporty, more of a street style. I feel like anything sporty would be more popular just because it's so much more comfortable and people do actually wear this out and about. So we have plenty of even outerwear, like in Valentino, having very sporty kind of a puffer jackets. We also have a Versace having maybe like kind of sweat pant material on the legs. Louis Vuitton also continuing that very kind of sporty, voluminous, either sweaters or jackets. Off-White, of course, having a lot of that in their runways, even like a gown with a hoodie interpreted in there. Dolce & Gabbana, oversized t-shirts, maybe oversized hoodies. We also have that Letterman jackets that we talked about, or even like a little windbreaker. We also have a lot of different kind of a sporty outerwear from Alex, as well as Lanvin and Celine, and of course Gucci with their collab with Adidas. Okay, so this takes us into more of a glamorous route, and we have lots of flapper inspired dresses. What I mean by flapper, I mean like the 1920s, the dropped waist to the hip kind of a style, maybe a lot of a fringe, a lot of sparkle on there. Think about low rise if it's the skirt or a pant, and having not super close to the body, so more voluminous and sparkly. So we see lots of different interpretations of this in so many shows. Even Louis Vuitton all kind of had a little bit of that in their show, of a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of more voluminous things. Miu Miu I've added here, they had a lot of sparkly like overdresses that had emphasis on a lower rise, so maybe a belt there or just a very straight dress, kind of a modernized flapper look, definitely. Plenty of examples in Miu Miu, we're still watching them, here we are. Also having kind of that Gatsby looks in Moschino. We also have kind of that shimmer thing in Prada, but completely different. And Dior and Dolce Gabbana. So here we go. You're seeing it all for yourself. Lots of sparkle and everything is kind of happening in the low rise region. Maybe it's a change in color, or maybe it's a belt, maybe it's something else, maybe it's just the fringe. But anyways, okay, I think I've talked enough about this, so let's move on to a different time period, and we're talking about the 80s. So as you can see, I'm wearing the super strong shouldered dress. This is kind of my take on 80s. And we see a lot of that still. Oversized blazers with super strong shoulders. We have kind of a emphasis on the waist as well, having very, very strong shoulders and super tight bottoms maybe, or kind of that really oversized coats like we see in Versace. We also have that in Miu Miu in menswear as well. Prada, once again, having those oversized shoulders. Risa Vanessa, a lot of dresses from the 80s kind of a feel, having strong shoulders and kind of a smaller bottom, maybe emphasis on the waist or a little bit of a dropped waist. Rick Owens had more of a futuristic take on that. Dolce Gabbana had plenty of looks to represent this, either in color or both in color and the shape. So basically really broad shoulders, tiny waistline, and maybe a little bit of volume in the hips. But that is pretty much it. Lanvin, of course, also having that in their dresses, and Stella McCartney. Anyways, Y2K, going through timelines like crazy. We still see a lot of Y2K moments, a lot of mini, micro, super tiny skirts on the runways. We also see kind of maybe an underwear peekaboo moment in off-white. Of course, Versace having kind of a corset and a mini skirt. In Miu Miu show, a lot of micro shorts or mini skirts and very low rise jeans or pants. So that's what we're looking at right now. So having a belly button out and about, not like crazy low rise, but all the stomach is out. We also see a lot of pants with pockets. I think they were called cargo pants. Lots of pockets. I remember this being popular back in the day. So we see this in Versace, Off-White, and a few more shows. If you're enjoying this content so far, please consider to support me by liking this video or maybe even sharing it with anybody who you think would enjoy it. It would help me so much. This is the only way I can grow, and right now, as you can tell, I missed a few uploads just because I can't afford to just create these videos, so I need a job. If you have already liked it, maybe comment it down below. I would really appreciate it. All right, thank you. Another trend that we see a lot of is the kind of a white wife beater slash tank. We see it in a few shows like in Bottega Veneta, Prada, Acne Studios, and Dior. And it doesn't have to be always white. We have some kind of different colors as well, but white one is a very classic one, so you might as well get it. We also have this in Michael Kors in many different colors, as well as in Off-White. Twisted trench. Okay, so trench coats are amazing. They're super classical, and if you ever wanted to get one that is kind of a luxury item, I would totally encourage you to go in that route, maybe Burberry. But we also have some different takes on it, maybe a dress or a gown, kind of a deconstructed trench coat, or maybe just a little bit of color added in there, a lot of that camel color, but as well as a denim look in diesel and some other color combination in Jill Sanders. Michael Kors had more of the Y2K, kind of a shorter style trench coats, and we also have Acne Studios having a lot more of a pretty cool kind of a style for them as well. We also have them in Dior, kind of redone, as well as in a rock and in some other shows. So another trend that is pretty popular are like tux. So like very structured, very classical black tuxedo outfits that we've seen in a lot of shows. Usually quite fitted, maybe even having like an accent on the waistline, and very, very beautifully tailored. We also have some more of the more voluminous ensembles, looks, whatever you may call this. Maybe having a voluminous pant or just very broad shoulders, and it doesn't have to be black. So we see a lot of different colored suits on there, maybe some classical ones, but also having either super bright colors or a interesting print on them as well. So you guys, the trend for oversized blazers is not over yet. We can still wear them, and I'm excited about that. Another strong trend that I've seen is a long silhouette. By this, I mean maybe it's a very long dress, like something like I'm wearing right now, so it doesn't really have a part where your eye stops, so maybe one single color, or maybe it's just super long maxi dress. Yeah, like how else would I say, kind of a bodycon dress of some sort, but super long. It can be to the floor, maybe below the knee, like mid-calf. And as I said, it could be either a full dress like this, or maybe it's just a really monochromatic outfit that your eye is not interrupted anywhere. We see plenty of examples in almost all of the shows. It's a more of a minimalistic look in my opinion, so I really like it. Okay, let's talk about corsets. We see so many corsets. Is this the Y2K trend? Maybe, but we love it. We see corsets in so many different shows, as well as some corset kind of tops, but they don't have to be corset, like a ribbed bustier of some sort. We also have kind of a futuristic versions of the corsets in Dior as well as in Balmain, having kind of panels in there, Gucci as well. And I love corsets. I feel like they're a really cool accent to the outfit, and it keeps your posture, so that's good too. All right, cutouts. Lots of cutouts. We still see them on the runways. I feel like only now people are starting to wear them, so pretty sure that we're gonna have a few seasons of these cutouts on the runways, and I like them. They're really cool. They're really fun. They can be asymmetrical. They can be symmetrical, depending on like your body type, your body shape, how you need to think about your body. Maybe you need something asymmetrical to bring attention somewhere where it shouldn't be. I mean, like the other way around. If you want to kind of have emphasis on your waistline, having that cutout on both of the sides will help you out, giving you illusion of a smaller waistline. We also have really cool cutouts in Valentino, and even a cut lace where you have kind of floral arrangement, but the fabric has been cut into. We also have just really large cutouts, even in like a more sportier clothes, like an off-white. Once again, asymmetric cutouts in Risa Vanessa and Acne Studios, more having like little rips on the clothing. And some of these cutouts even look as if they're like lingerie. Here we are going into lingerie, very nice and smooth transition. So we have plenty of bras and panties being visible on runways. Usually they're kind of the base to a transparent outfit. I quite like this style. I actually enjoy having something like this, maybe not to full extent, maybe kind of having a bra showing, or maybe having a bathing suit underneath a sheer dress, or like just wearing a sports bra and a pair of shorts, you know? I quite like it, kind of having that echo to Y2K trends as well with this style, but lots and lots of bras underneath. like a blazer or something. All right, now let's talk about pants. We have lots of wide leg pants still. As I mentioned, some are more of a lower rise, but we still do have some mid-rise or even high-rise pants. So think about the 80s or the 90s, of that kind of a style. Either denim or more of the classical shape of a trouser. We also have them in different materials, like in Chanel, having more of a shimmery fabric or velvet, kind of a palazzo pants as well. And we also have some crazy high-waisted pants from Dior, having the pants be the full outfit, basically, like in Burberry as well, having the pants come out all the way to the chest. And this is very interesting. I don't know if I would ever wear this, but it's there. It's there. All right, next trend is color. So color, of course, is big trend. We have lots of really bright colors on the runways. We have really bright pinks, greens, blues, oranges, you name it. If you guys are thinking about what are the trendy colors, I've made a video all about colors and you can check it in the description box below. Or if you want to learn how to wear color, I also have a video about that, you can check it out. But if you want to have more of a generalized idea about it, you should check out Skillshare. I actually have an affiliate link, so if you do decide to join Skillshare, where you can find so many different types of learning videos, and if you do love learning, this is a perfect site for you. Check it out down below. But here we are, you guys. This is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're curious about different trends, maybe makeup and hair trends, maybe accessory trends, shoes trends, bag trends, color trends, as I mentioned, pattern trends, texture trends, I have all of those videos up and ready for you to enjoy. They'll be listed down below in the description box. I really appreciate the fact that you watched all the way to the end. And if you did, maybe let me know. Say, I did it, I reached the end. Or just put a heart emoji and I'll know what you're talking about. So once again, thank you much for watching. I really appreciate it. Wish me a happy birthday, although it's already gone by, but I would still really enjoy reading all your birthday wishes. I wish you good luck and yeah, stay classy. Bye.